of a NATO, and therefore we definitely need to discuss this matter. And we'd like to use an opportunity. Thank you, Ambassador, that you joined for a longer conversation. So you're based in Oslo, but of course you're covering here the whole North European region with what? Convincing people, explaining realities? What is your everyday's job? Because being ambassador of the country, trying to establish relations with all small parts of the Europe, that's one of the toughest problem, because everyone has a different scale of involvement, different understanding, different capacity, and do you really want to talk with the whole Europe or whole NATO, or should you talk to the rich nations only who could really contribute in real terms to your country's needs?
First of all, thanks for having me here, and it's a privilege for me to address your audience. Well, I'm here as Afghanistan's representative, stationed in Oslo and covering only Nordic countries, not North European countries. But occasionally I have been invited to such conferences, and then of course it's my privilege to attend. So I think my job and my task are not different from other ambassadors. My job is just the same. Just routine and daily tasks of an ambassador in a position of ambassador being. But you are right in a sense, because my country is in a very critical situation, sensitive situation, so maybe people is a bit more demanding regarding my position, regarding my justification here. Besides of other tasks for normal tasks for an ambassador, I'm here to talk with the people to draw a real picture of Afghanistan. Since people get their information and their knowledge regarding Afghanistan through the media, I think their pictures are not a realistic one. Media, I think it's common and general everywhere that media are more enthusiastic to negative news, to negative events and points, not to the positive, not to the reconstruction process, not to the achievements and transformations.
Well,
so I'm here.
Right, when my Minister of Foreign Affairs of Latvia talked, then he mentioned the first tick was, yes, there is narcotics, yes, there is violence, yes, there is so many things. So, and in the same time, you've been saying here, listen, there are more and more things you could trust us, and this is our country, and please give us the support, but leave the job for us. We will decide what is the best for our nation and things like this. Don't you have this feeling, actually, when I was listening to you, I had it at least, that actually they are coming with the full list of what you should do for their money, and there is no kind of options or discussions? Is it like we are inventors?
I agree with you. I agree with you. Of course, we need international community support, cooperation and assistance. But in the meantime, we want to be in the leadership, because we Afghans know our country better than other people, and we can recognize our priorities, and we can make our own projects according our national development strategy. So that's our desire, and that's our demand from the international community, that please stay with us, but let us lead our country by ourselves, and let us design the programs according people's priorities, and also according our own values. You know, each country, each nation has their own values. So we respect our values, and we want to go with our values.
Yeah, but this somehow contradicts probably for a Western society. They hear also the other side of that coin you're giving to us. Yeah, well, you should sign a bill, but we will decide what will be inside the bill, what we will buy for your money. So where is this? How far Europeans should I would use the word dictate, because I have impression that we are dictating very much and don't trust so much to you. You know, oh, there might be a corruption. All the money we will give will be probably stolen, and all that stuff which normally relates to, let's say, some African countries in the history of Europe, and therefore probably thinking comes.
Well, somehow I agree with you. We are a sovereign country.
Of course.
We have legitimacy, and we want to run our own interests and our own projects and our own decisions. We do not agree with international community when they are dictating us, of course, because we are just an independent country, sovereign country. But sometimes we receive some pressures. I mean, indirect pressures to accept something and to sign something, and that's another story, you know. So we need for more mutual understanding, for more mutual cooperation, and for more respect for Afghans' perspectives, for Afghans' ownership.
Is it about the export of democracy, you know, very American kind of idea, but actually Europeans sometimes doing the same stuff, just call it American stuff, that we are trying to implement something that is, well, differently persuade? Is it about the religion, about what kind of things? How, for example, you were saying about this difference of the prices. Of the salary of the NATO troops, let's say, and the local officials or military police officials. So how local people would persuade that this rich guy with a weapon dictating the things and paying some bills? Is it a very positive one?
Well, I think it is one reason for not being satisfied in Afghanistan, you know. I mean Afghanistan's people, in terms of Afghanistan's people. One reason is this. But in most cases, of course, we have coordination with international community. It doesn't mean that in all decisions, in all process, international community force us and push us to receive something or to accept something. But in some sense, yes, it happens, and it's a reason for not being satisfied in Afghanistan. And I want to add something about some international troops in Afghanistan. To be honest, some of them are just in their headquarters. They are living there with luxury, and they are not even fighting. We appreciate international community's presence in Afghanistan and their sacrifices, of course, without any doubt. But we have some cases. We have some facts regarding this as well. So instead of having such kind of troops in Afghanistan, we can concentrate more on our own troops, on training, on mentoring, and on equipping. Another example, the equipments of an international troop is not, you cannot compare, you cannot compare the equipments of international troops with Afghans security forces. We are not equipped well. That's another thing. The salaries are not equal, the benefits are not equal, the welfares are not equal. So it's totally different. But still, our security forces are struggling hard to go forward and to secure Afghanistan. Just 2 days ago in Afghanistan, there was a huge attacks of suicide attackers in Afghanistan in different parts of Kabul city. And you know, it was only Afghans who defeated them and removed the terrorists from Kabul city. Of course, there was ISAF people as well, and helped them, support them, but mainly it was Afghan security forces. And it's a good example that our security forces are now skillful, and now they are handling the things and dealing with the situation in Afghanistan.
Thank you. I'm sorry it was so short that you give us, well, a small part of idea of a real picture on the ground. We just need to continue here. Riga conference will follow up with impact of the social media and social networking in political regimes. We saw a significant examples in quite a few countries around the world. Just keep online here. The new panel will start in really few minutes, and most probably Afghanistan will come on this discussion table again when we talk about the social media. Might be that social media could help even to Afghanistan in a certain extent.
Without any doubt.
Oh yes,
Thank you.
thank you
Thanks for having me.
Ambassador, and